Hey everybody, this is Jendar again with another episode or installment of Poké-PSAs. Just thought I'd do a real brief video. Well, try and be brief. I usually try and keep these actually shorter than 5 to 10 minutes, but sometimes I go over, I'm sorry. Just wanted to cover a couple of things about the Meltan event that's going on. Some people are like, still got time. It ends early March. It's okay. Yeah, that sounds great in writing, but in the reality, you want to take advantage of this if you can, because you actually have to wait a certain time period. Normally, besides the outside of the event, the cooldown period is actually 1 week before you can actually open the mystery box, which is what Meltan comes out of it. As you can see, I have 20 minutes left on mine. Just wanted to tell you that now that it's shortened down to about 3 days, still you want to take advantage. Be able to get those. Why? Because the Meltan itself. Oh, looks like it actually despawned here. That's strange. The Meltan itself, you actually need 400 candies in order to evolve that into Melmetal. So just like you had with your Gyarados and Whale Lord and so many other Pokemon, you need a ton of candies to be able to do it. And each time you open a box, if you're using Pineapps, you're going to need as much as possible. So a couple of tips. Make sure that first you got a good amount of Pineapple berries ready. And also too, if you're lower on balls, I use ultras because I don't want my Pineapps to be going to waste, because also too, a lot of times you see the target ring. This guy's actually pretty low. He's pretty good. But a lot of these Meltans, I've noticed, they usually have a yellow target ring. And just with that, yeah, you just want to maximize the use of your pineapple berries and balls as much as you can. So just a couple of tips there. Also too, one of the things, I'm checking the IVs and stuff right now. Yeah, so IV. Hold on to them to transfer, or trade, I should say, with other players. Why? Because you'll want to get as much candy as possible, right? So if you do a trade with somebody for something that is over 100 kilometers away, well, of course, you get the extra candies. So you'll want to be able to transfer or trade with other players for distance as much as possible. So there you can see, yeah, I got 136 so far, yeah, so 400, that's the goal. So I'm not going to be able to get there today. Today my goal really is just to, I really want to just get a shiny. So with that in mind, go ahead and make sure that you have room in your storage. Shiny? No, not shiny. So get room for your storage if you want to really just stack up on a whole lot that you want to transfer at a time. So keep that in mind. One other thing too, I'm finally able to get. Just last night I was able to get the mystery box. Why? Well, I just got a Switch a little bit ago with Pokemon Let's Go Eevee, and the thing is, it doesn't connect to Pokemon Go immediately. You actually have to play to a certain point within the game. It's a bit of a grind if you're impatient and you really want to get this Meltan, especially during this event, which I really wanted to. Basically, think of investing about 12 to 18 hours into the game. You're going to have to do some grinding in the game, unfortunately. You'll have to build your guys up to a certain level to be able to beat certain trainers. You're going to have to get past certain trainers within the game. But the thing is, too, one cool thing is you only have to beat the first 2 gym leaders within the game. So don't feel that you have to keep beating gym after gym after gym to get those trainer badges. You just have to beat the first 2. Those are the only ones that the game will require you to beat. After that, you're just going to have to play through part of the story until you get to Fuchsia City. So remember that Fuchsia City. I got some of the cities like mixed up a bit. So the storyline will get kind of convoluted. You have to go to Lavender Town, and then you got to go over to another town, and then you have to go back and forth, and then you got to get the flute, and you got to get the Snorlax woken up and out of the way, and goes back and forth. If you're impatient, it's a bit of a drag, but stick with it. You'll get there. So yeah, so just keeping that in mind. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it for any kind of tips and things that I can remember. If anybody knows further tips, feel free to post it on the Poke Value Mail channel. And yeah, I hope this video helps you out. Thanks. Talk to you again soon.